the Chicago, here's the Chicago World Language Academy, 1340 West Harrison. We're going to head down through a neighborhood that was historically called Little Italy in Chicago. Now it's more diverse now, and there's a nice strip of restaurants along Taylor Street. We're at Loomis and Harrison. This is Harrison. Harrison goes straight to the South Loop of Chicago. It has a nice bike lane. It runs. Look at the hospitals there. There's a bunch of hospitals. There's a hospital district there. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, and I just missed. There's a view to I call it the Sears Tower. Of course, a lot of people call it the Willis Tower here in Chicago, the tallest building in Chicago. Look, somebody left their hat. Yeah. But here we're heading right into what historically was known as Little Italy. As I said before, there used to be a lot of ethnic enclaves in the near west side, especially the near southwest side. It used to be Little Italy. There used to be Maxwell Street, which was historically a Jewish enclave. There was Chinatown, which is still there. The Chinatown's down there by Wentworth. There was historically an African American neighborhood, all wedged up against there. There was a Latino Hispanic neighborhood wedged between Greektown and Maxwell Street, Little Italy. That became Pilsen. All these neighborhoods change over time. More people move out to the suburbs. Greektown's still there, but you know, it's mostly restaurants now as the West Loop became gentrified. This area, University of Illinois at Chicago, when they did an urban renewal, when they built the highways in the 60s, they tore down large portions of Little Italy to build University of Illinois at Chicago, which destroyed a large portion of Little Italy. And so there's several reasons that this is now no longer the Little Italy that it used to be. But there's remnants of it along Taylor Street. Same thing happened in New York, Chinatown, Little Italy, New York, down there at the lower east side of Manhattan, you know, and all neighborhoods ebb and change over time. We'll just document these great storefronts here. Yeah, you got it, Chris. Slowly diversifying. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, you know, and there's nothing constant but change. You got to embrace the change, you know. Otherwise, you know, you ain't going to be able to stop it. Things are always changing. You know, look, we'll go back to this beautiful church. Look at this. Look at this beautiful church. Let me make sure I get the name right here so I can use my other phone and find out information about stuff as we walk by, because, you know, I usually try to research areas and have notes when I walk through areas, but, you know, sometimes it's better just to do it on the fly, because I always run across, Chris, you know what it's like. You'll be like, what is this church? What is this called? So this is Our Lady of the Holy Family Catholic Church. So it's Our Lady of the Holy Family. There's the Holy Family, the Holy Name. This is Our Lady of the Holy Family. You know, look at the semantics of these churches, getting these names right. They're all similar. Look, you join us for Blessing of the Pets, October 4th, 6 p.m. Feast day of St. Francis of Assisi. You could join Our Lady of the Holy Family Parish for the Blessing of the Pets. It's always great. See, pets are people too. We're all creatures of the Creator, all faiths. I embraced all faiths and all acts of faith, and you know, I'm not promoting one religion over the other. We're just showing what exists in the world as we walk down the street. If we walk by a synagogue or a mosque, I'll show it too, and we'll talk about that and see what they're doing. Here's look, it says Notre Dame of Chicago. Look at that. Look at that underneath there, and look at this beautiful facade here. Little Italy, Chicago. What street are we on here? We're on Flournoy Street, F-L-O-U-R-N-O-Y. I'm not pronouncing that right. You know me and my horrible pronunciation, my Midwest mush mouth. But hey, thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Did I miss any comments? It's a good thing. Yeah, we're at Ada and Flournoy. However you say that. Look at that. Look at that dome up there, that cupola. Look at that. So let's see. Let me make sure I go the right way here. Do I want to go down Ada? Let's see here. Hold on a second here. I'm getting my phone correct here. There we go. Yeah, let's head south. Let's go down to this park. Let's check out this Arrigo Victor Park. There's a park here in Little Italy, and then we can head right down to Taylor Street. Once I get to Taylor Street, I'll know where I'm at. And if you just joined, welcome to Chicago. We're on the near west side, walking through the back side of Little Italy. We're going to head down towards Taylor Street here. Naked Gun. That's awesome. Yeah, I love the Naked Gun movies. We gotta laugh at it. You know, it just everybody. We all take things so seriously, but it was a good period where people could have double entendres and mock things. Mel Brooks and Leslie Nielsen. What's his name? Yeah, the Naked Gun guy, and all the great cameos. All those movies mocking the whole industry. We need to mock Hollywood more. In the movies. See, look, Angela DeVito, honorary, Lexington and Ada. We'll go right into this park, Arrigo Park. This is a great park right here in Little Italy. Look at this housing that fronts it. You walk the dog. Look, either side here, these nice tree-lined streets. This is on the near west side of Chicago. And you walk the dog, get this nice path to get playing some ball there in the lawn. We'll go down this nice tree-lined path. Look at this big meadow. Yeah, thanks, Sharon. Look how you can see the Sears Tower off in the distance. Yeah, look how nice this is. I'm gonna go back in the shade. It's hot. There's a good view. So we can see the UIC Tower in front of the BMO Harris Tower, in front of the Sears Tower, across this lawn here, the Arrigo Park, Victor Park. There's another church steeple. Yeah, they're playing 16-inch softball, no gloves. Got a bigger ball. So there's some new development on this. We're down by Racine and Taylor. And so, and then that steeple, that's Holy Family Church. We've talked about that before. That's where, back in the Great Chicago Fire, there was a father named Damon that lit a bunch of candles, and the fire didn't burn this way, and that church survived the Great Chicago Fire. And then, of course, Damon Avenue's named after him. And supposedly I guess Loyola University started down there, and so there's a statue to Damon at the Lakeside campus of Loyola University. But we're up here by this Arrigo Park. Here, I'll head over to Racine. It'll be not much to see here. There's a bunch of empty lots here. If you get down that way, there's a lot of empty lots. Big open vast areas where all the blocks were tore down and they didn't rebuild anything. And they're still wide open. But at least this is a nice park here. And we'll head over towards Taylor Street. So bear with me. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, we'll try to get on TikTok tonight. See, I'll be very careful with my words. Play the stupid game with the stupid TikTok algorithm. And, I know I swore off TikTok and then I've become a hypocrite because then I won my appeal, and then we'll give it another try until they put me in detention again for who knows what. I filmed a squirrel, the algorithm didn't like it. I filmed the wrong business establishment that's controversial. Those are the ones I want to show. Those are the most interesting ones, and they won't let me show them. If I walk past a strip club, will they ban me? Even though it's a legal business that exists in the world, you never know. Look at this great park, Arrigo Park, Arrigo, or Arrigo, Arrigo Park, here in Chicago on the near west side, Little Italy. Cabrini Street, Cabrini and Little, honorary Anthony J. DeTolve way. And then there's a church right up there. Let me get the name of that church. Hold on here. So we'll use this downtime. We'll keep the show on the road as much as we can, on as many platforms as we can. Let's see, what's the name of that church here? So that was the Shrine of Our Lady of Pompeii. That church was the Shrine of Our Lady of Pompeii in Little Italy. How's that for name of a church in Little Italy. And see how they put the balconies on here. This was, I wonder if this was a rehab building where they added those balconies. It looked like they added those balconies, doesn't it? Yeah. Once we get to Taylor Street, Taylor's a nice street. We'll show all the restaurants. We'll go by Al's Beef and the gelato place, which is unfortunately closed for the season. We talked about that earlier. I think this is Racine Street. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this is Cabrini and Racine. So here we'll head right down to Taylor Street. Feels good to be in the shade. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, the Blue Island 60 bus comes down here. There's some parking. But I wonder what this lot's going to be. There's got to be demand for this lot to be something else. Yeah, I thought about, that's a good point about streaming without speaking. And I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to, I would draw less attention to myself walking down the street and not speaking. But my personal input is, I think less people would watch me on, especially on TikTok. I think less people would watch me if I didn't speak, but it would certainly help me not trip the algorithm. I agree. But then I have to be, I can't even film certain businesses, because even filming what's in the windows, you know, if they got a certain leaf in the window, you know, or a certain paraphernalia, even the image, you know, the TikTok not only transcribes in real time everything I say, it also is scanning what I visually show for, like, you know, for nudity, for violence, for all the things that it looks for, and that might include paraphernalia. And so even that won't solve all the problems. I still have to be aware of what I'm filming to not trigger the algorithm. So it's just a landmine. All live streamers must deal with this. You know, even Marty Mora, I can't say his name right, Marty the Great, you know, I think he filmed a traffic accident. He filmed a traffic accident, and that caused him to get a week. You're gonna run, I've run into traffic accidents. Sometimes it happens right in front of you. And it's so stupid, because how many times you scrolling through TikTok, people post images of car wrecks, motorcycle wrecks all the time. You know, look at this new development. We went by, so here, we walked by this earlier in the year, where they, look, the Roosevelt Square. So they're building right here. We're at Taylor and Racine. And there's this new development, this whole block. They're building a new residential development called Roosevelt Square. Let's take a look and see what it looks like here. There's Taylor Street, so we're gonna head right down there. That's the sound of construction equipment. A new mixed income apartment buildings. So here's what they're building right here. Right here, that's 1257. No, 1002 South Racine. That's what they're building right here. So here,